Sage, we're going to go back to the NBA. The Pistons took a commanding 3-0 series lead with a win over the Bulls last night. Home court not exactly paying off for Chicago. But what about the other three lower seeds who also return home this weekend? Nets go home down 0-2. Same for the Warriors. The Spurs at least even with the Suns at 1 apiece. For a look ahead at the weekend playoff action, we bring in Suns guard and 13-year NBA vet, also our NBA contributor, Jalen Rose. Jalen, let's start with your Suns. We saw your coach, Mike D'Antoni, kind of change things up by putting Kurt Thomas into the starting lineup in Game 2. What adjustments do you think San Antonio is now going to make in Game 3 to counter that?
I think Coach D'Antoni did a great job of inserting Kurt Thomas into the lineup because obviously you're not going to stop Tim Duncan, especially one-on-one. But what Kurt Thomas does, he brings us a sense of toughness, rebounding, and also a sense of guarding Tim Duncan one-on-one. Tim Duncan can hit the backboard basically blindfolded from 15 foot in. He's that great of a player. But at the same time, Kurt Thomas is going to make him work for position, and that allows guys on the perimeter now to stay home on the perimeter shooters like a Michael Finley, like a Brent Berry, like a Manu Ginobili to keep it quiet, keep them guys quiet. What I think the Spurs might do to combat that in Game 3 is 5 more minutes from Manu Ginobili. Here's a guy that's been an all-star. He's been a starter. He's been coming off the bench. He hasn't been able to get going in this series. I think they're going to try to really get him going once we play in San Antonio on Saturday night.
Well, for you, for the Suns, finish this sentence for me. To win a game in San Antonio, the Suns must
do all the intangibles. Let's get loose balls. Let's play smart basketball. Let's keep Tony Parker out of the paint. Here's a guy that plays point guard in the NBA, yet has led the league in points in the paint, which means when he's getting to the paint and he's penetrating your defense, it makes the other 4 guys on the floor better. If we can keep Tony Parker out of the paint and play like we did in Game 2 against him defensively, and Sean Marion basically is going to have that job, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
I thought you were going to give me a hard time and just say score more points or something like that.
No, that's too easy,
Yeah,
especially
right.
being the Phoenix Suns.
Let's switch to one of the other series, the other one out west. 2 tough losses in Utah for the Warriors. How do you think they'll respond tonight, a young team, an inexperienced team, except for guys like Baron Davis when they shift to Oakland?
I think they will respond great, and what I mean by that is they're going to be charged up off their crowd. After not making the playoffs for 13 seasons, I think it's going to be big for those guys to come home and play in front of their fans. Baron Davis, I think, is going to get his game together. Steven Jackson, I think, will shoot better in front of the home fans. And it's tough to play in Utah. I mean, Carlos Boozer is a man down low. He had 30 points in Game 2. Darren Williams, as a second-year guard, is really developing into a star. And obviously, my prayers and my heart goes out to Derek Fisher and his family. I think he did a tremendous job of not only being at Game 2, but being a positive contributor with a couple of big defensive stops, especially at the end of the game. But I think the Golden State Warriors will find a way to get their swagger back in Game 3. I don't see a sweep happening in this series, but I do see Utah finding a way to win this series.
And you mentioned a big part of that, Darren Williams, their point guard. How about the battle between these point guards? Who's going to get the upper hand? Will it be Baron Davis or Darren Williams?
I don't know if numbers is going to necessarily determine who wins this series, but I think the difference between those 2 guys, and you can watch the statistic, is assists. Both of those guys have the ability to score 20, 25, or even 30 points in the game. But I think when Darren Williams is up around 10 assists a game, that means he's getting other guys involved. He's getting Andre Karolinko shots, Mehmet Okur shots. He's getting Carlos Boozer shots. I think when Baron Davis is up between 5 and 10 assists, that allows Golden State Warriors. That means they're knocking down 3-point shots. That means guys like Matt Barnes, Al Harrington has found his stroke in this series. So I think the assist category for the 2 point guards is going to be key.
Let's go to the Nets now. They're also in a must-win situation on Saturday. Who do they need to step up in order to get a win?
I think when you're the New Jersey Nets, Vince Carter has been the guy that's been playing very well at home. He hasn't found his stroke on the road. He didn't find it in Toronto. He didn't find it in Cleveland. I think he's the key to your offense when you're the New Jersey Nets. I think he's going to find his stroke. Jason Kidd is a triple-double waiting to happen. Richard Jefferson has really found his role and his rhythm coming back from injury. So I think their big 3 is going to allow them to play well in Game 3. And NBA fans know you go down 0-3 in the NBA playoffs in the best of 7 series, you're 0-81. And because of that, I'm pretty sure Golden State Warrior fans, New Jersey Net fans are going to be hyped and ready to go in Game 3.
No doubt about it. Jalen, thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget tonight's game on ESPN, 9 Eastern time. It's the Jazz and Warriors. And then tomorrow, Jalen's Suns will battle the Spurs, 8 Eastern on ABC. Still to come here on First Take. Slugger Josh Willingham lifted his team over the Dodgers. So how did he do it? Well, he's part of our top plays, so stick around to see it all. And what do we do when superstars come to visit? Well, you got to put them to work. The Globetrotters are here. We're going outside to ball with them up next.